Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing today?
Good morning.
All right. So, hopefully, you guys watched the Exodus Protocol. Yeah, yas, why? Exodus Protocol. And if you see you can go ahead on and look at some of the independent news outlets and see what's going on, how things are escalating. Yeah, this escalation is just not going to stop. I promise. Like, that's just the way it is. And I'm telling you, it is what it is. So I want you all to be aware. If you don't follow this protocol to get out, you deserve whatever you get. You deserve what you go through. It is what it is. Because you're out there earning the Most High's wrath. So you're gonna get it. Because you're not doing what he says to do, where he says to do it. Where we leave off? Chapter 12?
Chapter 12, and I think we did first. We didn't do nothing yet.
Right, we didn't do
we're
anything.
looking forward to this.
So we'll be doing chapter 12 and chapter 13 today. Since we don't have any more of the book, now the book does go into chapter 12, but we finished the book last class. So we're getting ready to dive in, and you know what? There's something that I need to say, okay? Do not bring your video game. Don't bring your PlayStation. Don't bring your Xbox. Don't bring your GameCube, your Game Boy, nothing. Don't bring your video games. We have a lot to do. We have a little bit of time to do it. You have a lot to learn and to adapt to. You don't have time for video games, okay? You will have some time to stay in contact with whatever family members that you can, whatever friends that you can, socialize. But, you know, even that is limited because you'll be dealing with and socializing with people face to face, and we have to deal with people in front of us. So you're going to learn socialization skills, what to say, what not to say, how to listen, when to respond, when not to respond. Okay, how to get out of socially awkward situations. You're going to be learning these things because it's going to come up. Okay? So don't bring your video games. Do bring your clothes. Okay? For those of you who have special equipment, right? If you can't afford to bring it, don't. If you can't afford to pay the import taxes, don't. And to make an adjustment, I found out that the limit in valuables is 25,000. Okay? $25,000 is the limit. Okay? In jewelry. Do not get anywhere near that amount. I mean, not even close. Okay? 10, 15. All right. You know, in this type of range, if you can, in gold and silver. And when I say gold, I mean, you want the purest gold you can get. Okay? If you can get 99%, get 99%. If not, if we're talking about jewelry, well, make sure the jewelry is tested and, buy the old stuff, the stuff nobody wants. It's outdated. It looks ugly. I don't care about the ugly gold. Bring it, not the images. I have to emphasize that. Not the images. I don't want no religious pieces with any religious connotations. Okay? I don't want that. Those will be burnt. They will not be accepted. Okay? So, that being said, we're going to get into this chapter. Who's ready to read first? Go ahead.
Whoever loves correction loves knowledge.
Okay. So right now I am imparting to you the knowledge, right? The knowing of what to do in this situation and coming situations hereafter. That's knowledge, knowing what to do. So you have to know, according to this knowledge, I am doing the right thing by doing this. You require correction because you need to be helping to do this to get right for what's coming. You see how that works? So if you are not preparing to come out, you're not correcting your path. If you are not preparing to come and build the house of David like it's commanding, you are not correcting your path. If you're not coming out to learn shepherding, farming, how to manage fields, how to manage property, right? How to build property, how to develop community, how to learn the laws and governing, right? Governing and over peoples. If you're not coming here to live this and learn this, you're not taking correction, right? And you don't need YouTube to go off before you regret this, because I don't want that. And the Most High said, we're going to keep communication. You don't have to worry about it. Because the moment I set foot on the property, I'm coming off YouTube. Okay? I'm coming off. Okay? I'm coming off. Okay? I'm leaving. I'm going to turn it off, and I'm not going to post, and I'm going to be working. Niggas in my orange juice. I'm coming off. And I'm self-disciplined enough that I can come off and not come back. You'll be looking for my information. You'll be looking for what I said. You'll be looking for the advisement. You'll be looking for it. But I'll be off. And those with me, they're going to be off too, because we all too busy. We have to be ready for the fall initiative, and then have everything set up for the winter initiative, and then going into the spring initiative, then come back and prepare for the summer initiative, and then the summer initiative, we prepare for the fall initiative where we return back to our Father's house. And then we have to rebuild there. It's a big thing. So sell your game systems, get your passports, sell all your junk. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a kitchen table. You ain't gonna eat at it. Mm-hmm. We don't eat at the kitchen table here a lot of times. Like, we still eat in the traditional way. We sit down on the carpet and put some plastic down and just put the food down in plating, and we eat in the traditional way. So this is how the correction and what knowledge is, because some of y'all think because you read a book or you seen a video, you gain this knowledge. That's not knowledge. Mm-hmm. You don't see what's coming. You don't know how to get out of your situation. You don't have any knowledge. Continue.
And the one who hates chastisement is stupid.
It's literally written just like that. You're stupid. If you hate correction, somebody coming to coach you, refine you, somebody telling you what you're doing wrong and what you need to be doing, that you need to change this direction, you need to turn this corner. If you hate chastisement, you're stupid. Man, every time he come, we always complaining about something we doing. That person is stupid. Rather than, hey, come here. Nah, he knows. He's smart. Come here. Look at this. What is this and what we supposed to be doing here? I used to do this. I learned this lesson for me in the military, right? There's something that happens in your second week of training, right? And for me, I learned it even before that because I was doing serving time before we went into training. You have to go through your process or whatever. But I figured it out, the guy coming over to inspect your work during training is there to make a correction, not to make you feel bad. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Right? And if you're wrong and you called him to inspect, to teach you, he has to give you the answer and you have to just do it over. So what? That was it. You have to do it over. And if you called him over, you finished early and he checks it and you were wrong, you have time to fix it and you don't get penalized. You don't get penalized because you called him over to correct your work. That's not what it is. So the one who hates chastisement is stupid. Oh, here come the inspector. He always, what? Hey, inspector, how are you doing? Good to see you. Here, come, check this out. Is everything we've done, is there anything that needs correcting so we can fix it for next time? Let's go. Let's continue reading.
Good is whoever receives the favor of Allah.
Whoa. So this connects, keeping the context of the prior chapter. Right? Good is whoever receives the favor of Allah. And the favor of Allah is to the son who understands and does the instructions of this book. Right? So every person that comes out to help me with this work, hands-on, in the land, that's why you're going to need your passport. You're good. You're a good son. Everybody not coming in the land to buy this land and to come out and work and live this law and follow these instructions that I'm teaching you to do on it, you're not good. Okay? So let's take a look. Everybody you know and love is not good. Okay? Everybody you know and love is not good. I'm telling you that because ain't none of them here. Okay? And I'm only talking to my people because my people can't tell good from evil. They think Jay-Z is good. He's not. He's evil. Jamie Foxx, evil. All of them evil. Your next door neighbor's evil. Your son is evil. Your daughter is evil. They're not here working on this. They're not good. And if you're trying to be righteous, it's time to be righteous in getting up to leave them and stop supporting their wickedness. Oh, that sounds so harsh. You don't love your family. You don't love your son. You're a wicked man. No.
Got it wrong.
Because I've received the favor of Allah to do this, I'm good. Right? I'm not out here trying. I'm telling you I'm going to succeed with or without. But I have to give you the education to make you guilty because you're now getting ready to be destroyed for your rebellion. Because I'm revealing this to you, the destruction comes. Because you're guilty and you know it. And now the Most High gets to show it. Right? Take possession of the land. Put the cattle on it, begin to regather my brothers and sisters back to this land. The rest of you become worthless fodder, covenant breakers. You become pointed to death. Okay? The salvation you've experienced becomes null and void because the real children of Israel, the real sons, the real body of Israel have taken the possession of the land and are in it doing that which is commanded. See that?
Yes, sir.
That's right. So now what else is going on?
But the wicked man's counsel is smashed.
No, the wicked man's counsel will be crushed, destroyed, smashed. What's the wicked man's counsel? It's everybody who watches these videos and then reinterprets it and says, I'm wrong about one thing or another. Okay? You're counseling against the counsel that's being given. I'm giving you the counsel that's being given, and you're trying to make it adopt to something else you read, heard, or whatever. So all of you wicked counselors, right? All the other teachings, all the other books are about to be destroyed because none of that stuff is on script. From here, I found that this script is right dead on point. And you don't see it happening because you don't know it. You don't know it because you're not here. You're not here because you don't want to be. Continue.
A man will not stand firm through wickedness, but the root of the righteous will not be moved.
A man will not stand firm through wickedness. So all your wickedness is about to come down. Okay? And this establishment, the root, right? The establishment we're about to create in the land, it will never be moved. It's guaranteed to work. The root, right? So this is the planting of the seed of life in the land. Us keeping our laws, customs, and traditions, right? Converting back to being like Abraham in lifestyle, customs, traditions, everything. This is the tree of life. Now, the seed of it being planted in the earth. We have a permanent possession of land. When I say, I mean permanent. It passes down from generation to generation. It doesn't go anywhere. So the root of the righteous will not be moved. Right? There's no what if something wrong happens and this don't work. That's not the instructions. It's telling you this guaranteed to work. Now you can wait and see it work, but remember, while you're waiting, death coming to you. Continue.
A worthy wife is a crown to her husband.
A worthy wife is a crown to her husband. So that means that there's a wife who is worthy. She does what she's supposed to do, and that is it. Right? She's worthy. Okay? That's a crown to the husband. It is something that honors him. It exalts him. It didn't say it exalts her.
Correct.
Her being worthy and upright and righteous, doing what she's supposed to be doing, as commanded in the book for a woman to be doing, makes her his exaltation. Okay? Continue.
But a bad wife, like rotten wood, destroys her husband's bones.
That's you. You who can't keep a man, you who just got divorced, you who out there dating, cheating on the side, you have rotten his bones. This is why your lovers die.
Mm. Mm.
This is why your husbands die. This is why your sons die. Your sons die from the wickedness of the daughters, and the daughters learned it from the wickedness of the mothers. Right? And the wickedness of the mothers, it stems from not knowing how to put on a hijab, not putting it on.
Mm.
That's where it stems from. You lose the hijab, you become uncovered. You become uncovered, you start going further and further and further into becoming prostitutes, harlots, whores, and whoremongers. Because the men don't tell you to put it on because they want to see. Then they can pick you based upon how you look. Until they can't get the one whose looks they like, then they take who they can get. So how you look just went smooth out the window. They just want more whore and whoremongering. And now the countries that have committed these sins, they're all on the brink of some sort of destruction. Continue.
The thoughts of the righteous are justice.
The thoughts of the righteous are justice. So the righteous are commanded to incessantly think about the law and its application and apply it to themselves, their lives, and the things that they see. Themselves first. That's justice. Okay? I have to correct myself. So justice is correction. Okay, if I'm wrong, let me just clear it up. I did make this mistake. Let me fix it. All right, we good. That's justice. Self-correction. It's justice upon oneself. Not self-justification. I'm wrong and I shouldn't have to pay this penalty because that's justification. Continue.
The scheming of the wicked is fraud.
So the plans of the wicked is always fraud. Right? I saw on YouTube today a guy talking about the history of the Rockefellers, and they supported and funded the women's rights movement so that they could tax the women and the men, and they would multiply the taxes.
Ain't that something? Ain't that something? And know what's crazy, because I have no pity for the wicked. What's crazy is that you thinking being a single mother, you going out to work. Your kids are home raising themselves.
Or being raised by the molester, or and you actually, the truth is you just left them vulnerable.
Yeah.
You left them abandoned.
Yep.
Okay? You don't put your children in the care of strangers. You're supposed to have multiple generations of family in your home. But you like to do it the European style.
Right, they adopted the ways.
So now,
Oppressors.
and now you're going to receive it. So,
And you ain't good. You footloose.
That's the whole point. You out the house.
Yeah.
Right? You don't want to be in the house, you out the house. I know, it's so hard to be in the house.
There go that willfulness, bringing shame.
Every time. Continue.
The words of the wicked lie in wait for blood.
So the words of the wicked is always a plan to destroy the innocent. So it always sounds good when you think you're going to get some kind of benefit. And in the end, it is a snare to you. You know? You know what I'm saying? Like, black people joined the military, they gave them syphilis and chlamydia. In the shots that was supposed to be for the medicine. Shedding innocent blood. And you forget about it and you say, oh, well, that was that time and those people, just those people. You try to isolate it. It ain't just those people. Everyone is behind it. They just did it again, and all these people died from getting the COVID shots. And now you find out this COVID shot is killing people.
That had chlamydia in it?
No, the COVID shot got something else. It's like it's forming strange blood clots in the body. Continue.
And the mouth of the upright delivers them.
The mouth of the upright delivers you from their fraud. The instructions I'm giving you is how to escape. You're going to have to leave, send over some money, and you're going to have to take care of it. If you want the details, you have to follow the Exodus protocol. Okay? We'll be back right after this.
Okay.
All right, and we're back. Okay. So the words of the wicked lie in wait for blood, and the mouth of the righteous, the upright, delivers them. It doesn't deliver the wicked. It delivers the innocent blood that the wicked is preying upon. So I'm talking to you because I'm telling you, they have every plan to destroy you and every one of your family members, to utterly wipe you out. That is the plan. Okay? That is the plan. They no longer have need for you. So with this whole world and global destruction, the plan is they now have the technology and the machinery capable of doing pretty much everything without you. Without you. But you don't see it. You believe they care about you. They're the government. They're not allowed to do this. It's not possible. Yeah. All right. You keep believing that. Go ahead. Listen. Read.
The wicked are overturned and cannot be found.
So the wicked are going to be overturned. They're not even going to be found. They're going to be so dead, they're going to be beyond dead. They're going to be unfindably dead. So this is what I'm telling you, the Most High is overturning their judgment. And why? That's the question, right? You want to know the end result of how the Most High can say one thing, and what is the cause of that thing? What is the reasoning? So what's the reasoning?
But the house of the righteous will stand firm.
The house of the righteous. So the house of righteousness begins with the rebuilding of the house of David. Now, people start to think when I say the house of David needs to be rebuilt, that the house of David is the building.
Yeah, they do.
It's not the building. The house of David begins with the people. The people of the house of David return to rebuild the building, the farms, and its services, and then begins to regather back the other people. It begins with you who obey this instruction, give the money necessary so that we can do what we need to do. Now, I'm telling you, you just follow the Exodus protocol. That's it. Continue.
A man is praised according to his cleverness,
Okay, a man is supposed to be praised according to his cleverness, but you guys have utterly worshipped fools, mumble rappers, and clowns. Right? You guys had that big gala where everybody dressed up and acted a plum fool.
Yeah, the Met
And
Gala.
you guys are celebrating it. I don't care.
Oh,
But
goodness.
that's not, that's not cleverness. Cleverness is this, walking in this. To walk in the instruction and to overcome the challenges which are coming ahead is to be praised. In contrast to, right? So this is one side. What's the other side? Go ahead.
but the one who lacks sense will be for contempt.
Contempt. You know what contempt is?
Hatred?
Scorn, disdain, disrespect, depreciation, disparagement, denigration, ridicule. The one who lacks sense is to be scorned and mocked. Okay? Now, do we scorn and mock the one who lacks sense just to be scorning and making jokes about him? No. We're trying to correct him, but he don't do it. Then when the calamity comes, we can't help but laugh about it because he received instruction and he just, hey man, don't run into that pole. What? Boom. You didn't see that pole right there? Well, you're about to run into the pole. There's a pole right there. Continue.
Better the insignificant man who has servants than the one who is honored but lacks bread.
So better the insignificant man who has servants. So what is Solomon trying to tell you? Okay? The man who builds the house, his son, he will appear. I gotta fix that. So better the insignificant man who has servant. So the house of David will be built, and the son that builds it will appear insignificant.
Excuse me.
Okay? But they that come and serve, they're going to be better off because everybody who is great right now is going to lack food. They're going to lack bread. So little old insignificant me and the people who work with me, right? They're working with me, they're working for me, they are in order, right? We're going to have food, our own. We're going to have everything, and I'm still going to appear small and insignificant. And everybody else that's all great and high and mighty, and you got everything, this, that, ain't no food. You're going to appear to be a fool because you can't eat them dollars. You can't eat the cryptocurrency. You can't eat the paper money. You can't eat the silver or the gold. And this is what's coming. There's going to be no food. I promise you. Go ahead.
A righteous man knows the soul of his beast, but the mercy of the wicked is cruelty.
So a righteous man, he knows the soul of his beast. Okay, this saying, it works two ways. The master has compassion upon his servants. He wants the best for them.
Yes.
A righteous shepherd is to mature the flock. He is to get them all to maturity in health, increase them, and multiply the flock. Okay, right? He's not doing police brutality to the flock. He wants them all wealthy, healthy.
Yes.
He wants them increasing in wisdom. This is the righteous leadership, right? I'm trying to prosper you. That's what the Most High's instruction says. It forbids any poor to be among us as a people. There shall be none poor among you. So now, how do I change that? I have to make us collectively wealthy together rather than individuals be wealthy. So we have where all the wealth comes in, it goes into one pot and it sustains us together. Not one person is a fat cat and now he want to try to dictate how things work behind the scenes. That's out. So the righteous man understands the soul, the life, the well-being of the beast, the one that works for him, the thing that works for him. But the wicked man is all about cruelty. Hey man, you know, you did this, it's coming out of your check. Okay? Everything is coming out of the check of the cruel wicked one. Oh, you need health insurance. Yeah, that's coming out of your check. Why is health insurance coming out of my check and you gave $115 billion to Ukraine to lose a war? I mean, if we squandering this kind of money, I know better ways to do it. Continue.
He who tills the land will have enough bread.
All right. Those who join me in tilling the land, we're going to have enough food. Famine not coming here. The famine is coming upon the world, but it's not coming here. And it'll hit the world in stages, in sections. That's how it's going to work. It's not going to be all at once. So they will have bread. What else?
But he who pursues after vanity lacks sense.
Whoever pursues after vanity, you're going to be lacking in sense. Meaning that the calamity of the famine is going to overtake you. The calamity of famine is going to overtake you. Right? When the sword comes and the famine is unleashed and the pestilence, your vanity will not save you. You lack sense. You will be overtaken. Continue.
The wicked man desires an evil trap.
Okay. The wicked man desires, he wants to set a trap for you. And I'm telling you, the governing bodies do it. You want to do it. You want to set a trap for somebody else so you can have the wealth. You don't really care about the person next to you yet. You don't know what that is. You don't understand tribal culture. So you think, well, I'll go to work and I'll get what I need for me. And at your job, there's a snare for the next man. So you got to play workplace politics or do what you got to do. Even if you have your own business, you have to sell usury to your brethren and everything else because you need it for your own survival because of the usury being exacted upon you. Right? So we have to remove the usury first. That's why we have to possess the land. I'm telling you to contribute. I'm telling you to come in so that we end the usury. With the ending of the usury to being exacted upon you, you're not paying rent. You're not paying for food. Okay? But you do have to work. Now it's going to change. It changes the dynamic. You can sell to your brother and not exact usury because there's no usury being exacted on you. We live here. So if I make it for you just for the price of the materials, maybe a little token of kindness more of 20%, that's it. Well, this cost me $2. Okay? Give me two and a half. Now you not worried, but when you sell to a stranger, yeah, that's 15. It's a stranger. You can profit there. But among your brethren, you're not trying to impoverish him because it comes out of everybody's. It's not, he's with us. Continue.
But the root of the righteous will stand firm.
The planting of the righteous, right? The farm of the righteous, the house of David, and the growing of the sons of Israel into a nation, it's going to endure this plague. It's going to stand firm. Continue.
Through a fault of the lips is a wicked man brought down.
Through the wicked man's own speech, through his own advice, right? Through walking in his own way, his own ideas, he's brought down. Okay? So the wicked man is going to listen to what I'm saying and say, hey, you're going to, we're not going to do this. They getting money in Africa. That's where we're going. You're going to be brought down. I promise you, you're going to get there. You're going to find out it ain't what they said it was. It's not what they made it out to be, and you're going to suffer. It is what it is. And that goes for every plan, not just the Africa plan. Because, people like to try to paint little boxes. Well, if I don't go that way, it'll work out because I'm going to go this way, which is different. And I'm going to be, because see, I'm clever. No, it's everything outside of what I'm telling you to do. Everything outside of the Exodus protocol is going to lead to your own death, your own destructions, your own problems, and it's going to be your demise. This is how the Most High teaches the children of Israel the truth versus the lie. So you're allowed to commit the lie. There's nothing and nobody stopping you. Go and do it. Go ahead. Continue.
But the
Uh-huh.
but the righteous man escapes from trouble.
So the righteous who follows in this instruction, walking in the instruction of my father's house with me here in the land, buying the land, farming, building up our cattle, building up everything, we're going to escape trouble. We're not even going to be on the map of trouble. We're not going to be on the map of trouble. Okay? We're not going to be out there trying to survive the Most High's wrath, trying to pray our way through. Right? We're not going to call upon the Most High because we disobeyed. Oh, save us, save us. I'm not going to do that. And the Most High is doing this so that you can call upon your idols anyway. Call upon all the gods, all of them that you think. Because when you see this wrath and you see there is no deliverance, everybody going to turn around and you're going to come right back here and you're going to remember. You're going to remember, right? Because you're going to call on yours and destruction's still going to come. And destruction going to keep coming. And it's not going to cease. It's not going to end. And when you get to the point that you recognize maybe we are calling on the wrong one, everybody comes to this understanding in their own time. But that's what's coming. Continue.
A man is sated with good from the fruit of his lips,
Mm-hmm.
and every man will be paid back according to the work of his hands.
Okay. A man is satisfied from the good of the word that he speaks. So speaking in line with this instructions and then doing it, it will bring satisfaction to you, right? So that's the second part of it. The second part of it is every man will be paid back according to the work of his hands. So when I said, you're going to come in, you're going to give, you're going to build, we're going to buy this, we're going to make this, and you're going to come in and you're going to work. There is a payback. There is a payback because you're going to receive your inheritance and you're going to want everybody to help you build yours. You're going to need everybody to chip in on your land, on your lot. You're going to need it. Okay? What can mine be first? As the Most High said, it's mine. That's why. So yours has come up when it come up. And you're going to receive it at the time everybody's going to receive theirs. There'll be a distribution. You don't get your land just because we got to it. You're going to get it at the appointed time. I don't get my land until we get to it. It's going to be divided at a appointed time. I have to get all to distribute all. It has to be collected, accounted, and then distributed.
Yes.
Okay? Because it's going to be distributed by the numbering, the measure that we have here. So there's a distribution. And if you worked your way up to a commander, you get a commander's portion. If you work your way up to a prince, you get a prince's portion. You might as well come on in and get to work. You don't want to be the last guy to come in and get a worker's portion. Why'd you do that? Why'd you wait? Why'd you delay? Why, when you could have done right, you didn't do it? Continue.
The way of the fool is right in his sight,
Yep.
but the one who listens to advice is wise.
So, the way of the fool is righteous in their sight. So, if you have another idea and you think it's right, it is in your eyes. You should go do it. The wise will heed this advice and walk in it with me, right? You require a setup. You require certain materials, things, associations, relationships, and people to be able to be successful in it. You don't have it. I do. That's why you have to work with me. Okay? If you think you can do it by yourself, get started. Don't come here and try to branch off because it's not going to work. You're only going to find yourself exiled and unable to get back in. Continue.
The fool immediately makes known his anger, but the prudent man hides his pain.
Wow.
This is an exercise. Okay? There are going to be times and occasions where somebody says or does something. We don't pop off. We don't fly off the handle. Okay? Yeah, we hurt, but we don't move. We don't show that you hurt us. Okay? We can walk away and we can discuss it with judges. You know, we can seek counsel about it. So all you people that go out there and there's all this popping off and flying off the handle and putting somebody in check and you're a fool. That same fool will sleep with somebody else's woman. That same fool will go out and commit other abominable sins. They'll become a robber. They'll become a thief. They'll become wicked. They're just all the way wicked. Why? You can't control your anger. Okay, they did something, they said something that upset you. Okay, let me separate from this person immediately. This hurt. I can discuss the hurt, how I feel about it somewhere else, but I don't have to let that expression of anger just immediately come out. You see, that's how I get my stoic, responses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Okay.
So apparently I've been a fool a lot, huh? That's why you'll be like, honey, you gotta stop popping off. I'll be like, yeah. See, because I'll empty the clip of my gun. I'll empty the clip right here. Yes, I have an issue with this. He been working with me.
See?
Hey, look,
See?
I gotta own it, right? Because you over there because you know.
You see?
I was no.
See?
No good. No good.
See?
And the thing is, it's not even just about physically fighting, because I never physically fought, but I'll always, you said something, I'm just right back at you. Oh, you can go toe to toe. We can go tit for tat with words. That ain't nothing.
Don't be a petty Pete.
Yeah,
Or a petty Paula.
Petty Patricia.
Right? Don't do it. Right? It will multiply sins upon you because if your words are counted against you, your words are bonded here. Everything you say is a contract, an agreement. Everything. Right? So you got to know how to put the contract in pending, right? Infinite pending. You don't even know what infinite pending is, right? I'll tell you a story. So we go out the other day and a guy is we went to a guy's restaurant, It was a little chicken spot. You got fried chicken, you got chicken shawarma, chicken sandwiches, chicken salad. They got chicken in there, all right? All right. So I'm gonna continue the story after this. This is gonna be a cliffhanger. All right.
That's the cliffhanger of the story.
Okay, so going to the store, and immediately they notice, we a little different. Okay? So you get the same basic questions. Hey, where you from? Right? Now, sometimes we may hide our identity, where we from, but lately we haven't. We're from America, right? They normally assume we may be from Ethiopia or from Sudan. But now Sudan has a terrible reputation because there's refugees here. And then they look down on you because you're part of the refugee section. You're here for a handout, you poor, you don't have no community, no support. You just want to consume and live off of somebody, and you want to eat, somebody's wealth, and you don't do nothing, you lazy, you don't want to work. All right. But I walk in the store and I say, I'm an American. And the guy, he starts giving out free samples and how does this taste? He's like, and it was good. I mean, it was real good. He had chicken shawarma. It was delicious. It was well seasoned and woo, it was delicious. He wanted to open his store in America. Listen, we can go to America. We open up this store in America. We make big money. This is a good idea. Trust me. We go this 2-3 years. We make big money in America. I need you and you passport. We go together as brothers. And at the end of 3 years, we return to Jordan.
What a plan.
Big money. 3 years, we make $1 million. We put this in this neighborhood. I have a brother in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying?
Nope, he sure did.
We go to my brother in Chicago. We make this investment. 1 year, we pay him back. 2 years, we saving money. And the third year, we finish this. We sell the business to somebody. We come back millionaire. 3 years. You know, I'm not going back for nothing. There's no reason to go back into hell. Okay? Talking about I'm gonna get some money out there. That's not the instruction. The instruction is you supposed to give, and I'm supposed to sit here at the ready. Now, going back for $1 million investment in Chicago, no, I don't need none of this. So how you get out of it? Inshallah. I don't want to offend him, and I don't need to. It's not necessary. If he thinks America is great, leave him with his idea, right? Because if he doesn't do it with me, he'll do it with somebody else. What do you leave it? Contract pending indefinitely. Inshallah, if the Most High wills, when the Most High wills it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's the problem? I know what his will is. I have an instruction. So let me go do what the Most High said and leave this man to think about the foolishness that he has thought about once he gets out to where he wants to be.
And it's not for you to try to change his mind, try to correct him, none of that stuff. That's not your responsibility. But you said just the other day that when you are truly following and walking these instructions, you are going to be tested. Doesn't matter where you sit, what place you're at, from you to all of us, we are going to be tested with this law instruction.
Right. So you have to
Be on your P's and
you
Q's.
have to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Ain't no sense in trying to explain to this man the wickedness of America. They don't know that out here in international waters.
Right.
They are completely unaware.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's completely unaware. And when they go to America, they go into a sheltered community. And they're aware of some evils, but not to the depths that we have been going through in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Continue.
I was gonna say, I think I found, is this what you were talking about? What was it, class 1?
Mm-hmm.
With the all wealth and value we will find, and we will fill our houses with booty.
Mm-hmm.
Throw your portion among us, there will be one purse for all of us. My son, do not go on the path with them. Hold back your foot from their path.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just
His feet are running to do evil.
Right. He's running to do evil. But it's evil to who? It's not evil to him.
It's evil to you.
It's evil to me.
Yeah.
I'm commanded to go here and make the largest farm in the country. Right? Super productive. Combining all my people into one place, we all working for a common cause, a common thing, and we all have our goods that we produce and make, and the goods that are going straight to market, the fruits and the vegetables, the pies, the bread, everything. I have an instruction to make this a certain way. Even the meat fresh, this day, made, done. Right? Not frozen, not coming in fresh. Our store, fresh. This for today.
Run out.
You finish, you finish.
Yes. Alles. Enough.
In doing it this way, the Most High says you will become a jewel in the land. They will seek you out. But to go out here and then try to go to America and make shawarmas in America, hey man, you know you ain't gonna get these chickens, right? These chickens here, they come natural. Chicken like this big. We don't get these big chickens like this. I mean, they have them, but they only come out in the certain seasons and certain times. You know, they get these little regular chickens.
Little chickens, yeah.
They regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you get a wing, it's not impressive. You don't even want wings. You know what I'm saying? Give me the whole leg, the leg and the thigh. That's a leg.
Yeah.
Right? I want the wing. Give me the wing and the breast, because I need the breast to make up for the little chicken wing. Don't cook me no part of it. Cook the whole chicken. Put it all in there. Get it cooked. You're gonna go to America and you're gonna start this chicken shop and you're gonna expect what? To be profitable, and you sucking down this poison chicken. The food is poison. I can't. I just got out of it. It was hell. Can't eat nothing. They slap cheese on everything, and you want your little shawarma stand to be healthy for 3 years? That's not going to work. It's not going to function. You cannot make it happen.
Glow in the dark country.
Your country's getting ready to glow in the dark. You trying to go over there. I'm not going with you. No. And no offense to him, he has no idea.
Right, he doesn't know.
He's a fool. He's ignorant. All I have to do is resist the path myself. I'm not going that way with you and nobody else. I'm walking in my advisement of my father's house. Let's go. No, Jordan, you cannot make good money. Not the way you making it. You're trying to make it like a European over here. It don't make no sense. If I'm going this way, you trying to go however, I'm not doing that. No way. Continue.
Whoever bears witness to the truth speaks rightly, but a false witness is a deceiver.
So this is the truth. And I testify, I bear witness to it. I walk in it, I obey it. Real time, real life, literally. So what did it say again? Whoever bears witness to the truth does what?
Speaks rightly.
I'm speaking rightly. And the deceiver tells you to do everything else. So that's everybody saying to do anything outside what I'm doing. That's everybody speaking against me personally. That's everybody speaking against what I'm told to do and what I'm doing here. That's everybody. See? So I'm with Solomon. I love Solomon. This is my father. How could I not love him? He left this book of wisdom for me so that I could know what to do and do it in the land. Unlike all the other claimers to the throne, they claim the throne because they want you to listen. I don't claim the throne because I want you to listen. I'm sitting on it. No claim here.
To listen to them and to worship them.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't need that. No. I got the work to do. Like, I had to pay the bills. I have to work with the said people, the said families. You got to know how to move. Like, this is not a game. It's not a claim. You want to get on the land, you have to know the witnesses to take. You have to know the family you have to join with. There's family out here. You're not going to be able to do this with your little claim. That's why they out here. They don't got nothing going. They can't help nobody. They don't do nothing. They just living day to day, waiting for America to fall. And some of them don't even know how they're going to survive to the next month. If America falls tomorrow and those paychecks get cut, the banks is collapsing as we speak. I'm telling you what it is. So you have to set up the proper establishment for the sake of all. Because I know they're going to call in the day of their troubles.
I made a decision. I mean, a real life changing decision. I am not going to pray for any of the wickedness. If you're not willing to follow these instructions given by Allah, King Solomon, and Rabbi Sheik, I'm not praying. When you die for wickedness. You do not die for righteousness. Isn't that what we've been learning all this reading?
That's what the whole point is.
We don't die for righteousness. We die, our sins equals death. Our righteousness don't equals death.
Mm-mm.
And you really have to change your stinking thinking, because we've been believing that lie for so long. You do not die for righteousness. You die for wickedness. And I can't pray for you.
Don't waste your time, because it's their decision.
It's their decision.
You have the right to die in sin, right? And I have the right to live in righteousness. We have the right to not be together.
Yeah.
You have the right to your decision. I have the right to leave you alone in it. I don't have to participate. Nobody, I don't have to save you. Nobody's going to save you. When the day of trouble comes, there's nobody coming to save you. You're wicked. You deserve it. Continue.
Wow.
There are some who speak, and the sword pierces.
Okay, so there are some people who talk, and they talk with sharp tongues. Right? It pierces, it wounds, it hurts you. They have a sharp tongue. There's some who speak, and it's a trap and a snare to harm you later. It sounds sweet at first, but there's a snare on the back end. Okay? They have sharp tongues. This is what this is. And this is the saying about the last previous verses,
Yes.
and all of the explanations about the deceiver and the righteous, and the deceiver and the righteous. So this is what we say. There's some who speak and they have a sharp tongue. Right? Right? There's some who speak and they have a sharp tongue. Shashadaluga. Shashad. The sword cut from the tongue. Shashadaluga. He have a sharp language. Okay? And the Shashadaluga. You have a sharp tongue. Continue.
But the tongue of the wise heals.
So, the tongue of the wise heals. Okay? Let's take what I have been telling you to do. Let's see all of the healing that is packed inside. We're going to come out and we're going to exchange our money into another currency. What we're going to do, we're going to heal ourselves to create our own economy. Right? This is long. This is the long passage, but we have to do it. We're not dependent on them. What will be behind our money, our food? We buy the land, we own it outright. We live on it at no cost as a village. We grow our own food. So no more poisoning.
Healing.
The healing now, right? We grow food to full ripeness. We're not growing food to get it ripe on the truck or put it in some special box or paint it. Full ripeness, as it grows, we eat it. And we buy land in abundance. We're growing our own cows and our own sheep and our own goats, our own chickens and our own pigeons, our own pheasants. We feed them good. And when I say good, you don't have to give them the best. You give them what they eat. And then when it's time for them to make the sanctified oblations, right? Or the sanctified offerings, the set apart things for us to eat, we take from our own and we feed ourselves. We're not worried about fluoride water. We drink the water as it comes from the ground from our own well.
Healing.
We're growing our own herbs. Our herbs are naturally growing from the earth, and we giving it what it needs in fertilizer from the animal dung. Healing. We don't have any police issues. We don't let the wicked in with their idols. When we know they're wicked, they say something wicked. We don't let them in. We scare the wicked off. You can't commit adultery here. You can't commit fornication, and you have to get married. Before you can get married, we have to deal with you, your issues, make sure you have full understanding of the culture here. Healing. Now I've restored your culture to you. You're not trying to figure out who the Israelites are or trying to figure out how the Israelites live. You're in the process of living it and becoming that thing. So now that you've become the people of the book in look and in work, in deed, in service of the Most High, the whole 9 yards, it doesn't become a question about whether or not you are the people. You're doing it the way it says to be done, exactly. No debate, because the only people who can do it exactly is the people. Healing. Oh, this brother did this righteous thing. A miracle was done for him. He's going to get the house that miracle belonged to. It's all written here. This brother does this, and it's a miracle. It's a good thing. When I say a miracle, it can be small. He found something. He was doing something in this, and when he called, it sounded like a trumpet from the mountain. This brother sounds like Tekoa. Bring him. He will receive the blessing according to his gifts, talents, abilities, and achievements. And there's a ton list of achievements. Ton. There's a list for you to fulfill to gain back your father's houses. So only those sons of those fathers' houses are coming anyway. The rest is doomed. They're already zombies. I don't care how you feel about them. What they call them in video games, NPCs, right? Non-playable characters. You walk up to them to talk, they got like a set conversation and they don't deviate. Continue.
The truthful lip is established forever.
So this is the benefit. This is a benefit. The establishment will be forever. The truthful lips, the one who agrees with these instructions, who speaks these instructions, and who does these instructions are established forever. And the one who starts and then changes his mind all of his righteousness has been for nothing. It is vanity. He is finished. He goes out without nothing. So you can't get here and switch up. Okay? You're going to come in and you're going to stay in the way. Or if you come in and you switch up, you're out of here. You lose everything. Continue.
But a witness is in haste with a lying tongue.
A witness is in haste with a lying tongue. So now those who speak against it, right? And those who work with these kinds of people, right? You're unsure, and this your people, so you kind of siding with them, or you with this wicked deceiver person, you receive the same punishment as the deceiver. If you straddle the fence, don't even worry about it. Your lot is with the wicked. Well, if they get this, then I'll come out. Your lot is with the wicked. The same thing happened when Abraham came out. There was Nimrod and the wicked counselors, and there was Abraham, and then his brother was in the middle. And the brother said, well, if Abraham wins with his argument and his case, and the Most High help him succeed, I'll be with Abraham. But if Nimrod succeed, I'll be with Nimrod. The Most High killed Haran.
Yes.
Okay? Most High killed him. And the place is called Haran. It's in Turkey to this day. Right? It's on the border of the Euphrates. We have to take back all the way up to this border again. You have to get all that land back to this day. And that's where it comes from. So when I tell you, you can't play the fence. If you play the fence, well, I'll see which side or what happened with this brother. And if you play the fence, you with the wicked. You with the wicked till you make the decision to actually be with the righteous. Right? So if 1/3 is wicked, 1/3 is on the fence, and 1/3 is righteous, 2/3 get cut off and die. See, that's for you playing the fence and the wicked, because the righteous is going to have to be in 100%. You have to be A1 from day one. I love those who love my father's house, and are coming to do the work of it. They're going to have to love me too, because I'm just like them. Okay? Let me tell you something. If you don't understand the covenant over my father's house, then you wouldn't understand how we are and who we are, the personality traits. You wouldn't understand. Okay? You have to know us and read it and then see us in real life, and then you be like, oh, it is like that for them. They're like this in the land. They are beloved in the land. What? How does this? Wow, that's interesting that it's like that. And it's what it is. We look like the people in the land. We act like the people in the land. And when we're in wickedness, we do the same things that we've been doing, and we have no profitability in it. It gains us nothing. We'll be back right after this. All right. So continuing on.
Did I finish 19 or I got to finish it?
Gotta finish it.
Okay, but a witness is in haste with a lying tongue.
So the witness, right, is in haste, is moving with rapidly those who lie. That's the direct saying. So you'll see people who want to hustle, Hustlers move with people with lying tongues. Hustlers move with the people of lying tongues. Okay? So whether you're doing legal business or illegal business in your hustle, you are able to do this because the liars and the deceivers have set up these holes in these pockets for you to capitalize on and taking advantage of other people, charging you usury, right? And that's just in one topic, but it goes in dating. Your dating scene is set up so that the players and the playboys enjoy more than the family man. The family man gets utterly destroyed. The family woman is utterly destroyed, cast out, ostracized, cast down, and you end up in this whoredom ring. And you're steady working in it, right? Hastening in it, right? Well, if this not this man, is this man. Oh, this man got this car. This must be a sign of his prosperity. No, it's a sign that he's hastening with liars. See? Now that you can actually do what the book says, right? Now that you can actually do it in real life, in real time, in this location, now that you can actually do it, it now makes it clear, okay, either I'm really doing this or I'm a die over here with these wicked people, because the Most High cannot make riddles for fools to figure out. He talks straightforward. This what I want. Jacob is of a former thing. That means he have a former culture. He have a former lifestyle. He has to have the understanding of the former generation. Not your mom, pa, grandpa, and grandma who raised you in captivity, because they was all wicked. What about your mom, pa, grandpa? They all wicked. All of them, okay? They was all wicked, all of them. There was no good to be found in them because there was no redemption. There was no healing. Okay? Now that I'm here and the redemption lies before me, I have the paperwork, I have the team. Oh, I got everything I need. And we know the location we going to. I have everything. I'm going in. There is nothing stopping me except for a few coins. And I know that the coin's coming. I know where the coin coming from. I'm trying to give you the opportunity to come in. I'm calling you to levy, join. That's what levy means, join, right? It's Lowy, join, okay? You take orange, you take red, you mix it with blue, right? You Lowy, orange, Lowy, blue, purple, join, Lowy, to join. So now I'm trying to join you to the covenant. I'm trying to join you to the Most High. I'm trying to join you to the land. You don't want to participate? Sit there and imagine it. Imagine going to heaven like you've been doing. Okay? Go to the graveyard and see everybody else who imagined going to heaven. Are they not in Sheol, the grave? I'm not going to either of those places. I refuse. I'm going to keep my law in perfection and live on this land, on this earth, alive as long as possible, doing this. Because I got, this is what I mean. You take the steps, you get all the requirements, right? You have all the personnel and the people. Then you make your last plea and you do what you're supposed to do and you walk away from the fools. I told you I'm going to walk away from you. I'm not lying. You're going to be in a famine for my teachings because I'm going to shut up after this one. Because after this one, I'm going to work and you're going to be like, where was that one dude? I'm going to go viral and not know because I'll be out in the field talking to sheep. Ah! Are you hungry? I'll treat the sheep better than you will ever have been treated in all the world as a people. I'm only talking to my people.
Yes.
But to the people that come with me, they will know. They will be better. They will eat. They will prosper. They will have large homes and beautiful palace-like structures, and they will learn to govern over people, and they will govern over people as I governed over them. It will pass on in a chain. They will gain their nobility, and you will have died a slave. And I'm fine with that happening. I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I've had to take the time to be okay with losing everything to gain everything. Go ahead, continue.
Fraud is in the heart of those who plan evil.
Fraud. They plan evil and they fraud. Everything that the governments say is good, it turns out to be evil for the people. It's of no benefit to them. They only benefit who they consider their friends on their level, and you're considered nothing. So they defraud you. We need health insurance. Well, instead of making it this way, we make it a fraud for the people. Okay? If we get this, you get that. It's always a problem. Fraud.
But for those who counsel peace will be joy.
But for those who accept this counsel of peace, right, of building, of righteousness, there will be joy. I counsel peace. There's judgment, and the judgment falls upon the wicked, each man according to the measure that he has committed. There is joy in that.
Yes.
Okay? There is joy. Because you know everything is right and he's right. And that's right. And this it's lawful. We all have the same rule book. It's not hidden. Right? You don't come into the court and we speak a different language. Deceitful tongues, right? No, everything is the same. And we all have the same understanding, and you understand how it goes. And the judgment that comes, you have to be at peace with it. You're going to get over it. It is what it is, and we move forward. Continue.
No perversity is right to a righteous man.
Zero tolerance for perversity. All perversity. Perversity of speech, perversity of deeds, perversity of thoughts, perversity of actions, perverting the judgment of the action. All the perversity is evil to a righteous man. Right? So if I'm listening and somebody says something that's not quite right, I may chime in and say, wait, no, that's not like that. It's more like this. To educate him, to correct his reasoning. If he be like, nah, because it is, then I stop talking, I let the fool have his way, and know that in the day he commit this sin, he's out of here. Because all perversity is wicked. Perversity of thought leads to perversity of speech, which leads to because it comes out of the perversity of the heart. And there's not many days that you go through 1, 2, 3, that the fourth step, you do it, does happen. Right? You're just waiting for the opportunity. You already deemed it good. And once you do it, you're out of here. Continue.
But the wicked are full of evil.
Told you. The wicked, They think it a certain way, they see it, perceive it an evil way. In their heart, they love this evil, and their feet go on the path to doing it. So everything about this person, based upon what they have said, based upon how they see things, you can see that they are on an evil path. They are doomed. So now I'm offering you the opportunity to get off of the evil path and to come into righteousness or face your doom. It's already confirmed that millions and millions and millions of you are going to die. It's confirmed. Okay? You and the nations are going to die. This seed of righteousness is not. This one. Everything else, every fraud, every delusion, all the nations are coming down. They're going to continue fighting this war in multiple countries, in multiple places, until the whole world goes back to the Stone Age. And don't talk to me about Gog and Magog, because this is not it. There is another war that has yet to happen. That's what's coming. You don't know because you haven't read, because you haven't studied, because you haven't aligned the truth. You don't know what time in history we're in. You think it's 2023. Are you dumb? The Most High is not working on the time of the wicked. The wicked is working on his time. And you don't know his time, and when the time of the wicked is over, you don't see the decline. This is Fetish. All these countries of the Euphrates, right? The United European countries. You don't see them getting ready to come down? They're coming down. And you are in it with them, and you deserve the coming down with them too. You and your idol of stone with the silver wrapped around it, you and your idol of wood with 2 sticks. And I'm talking to my people specifically. Everybody else, you can do with it what you like, go your own way. I'm not talking to you. You're not Bani Israel. I'm not talking to you. Continue.
An abomination to Allah are deceitful lips.
It's an abomination. So I just said,
Sure did.
this person may say something and it's not correct, and I may correct it. They don't accept correction, and he's like, nah, because I see it like this. You got to see it this way too. And nah, I don't got to see it that way. I got to see it my Father's way, and he said it's like this. Those lips have now become deceitful. They're an abomination. It's not many days. He'll be out of here. Why? He hated correction. He's stupid. He's a stupid. I didn't call him stupid to insult him.
No.
He made himself stupid because he didn't understand, like, hey. Here, your words are bonded. Everything you say is always being held for and against you. Everything. Now, if you can't live in a place like that, it's because you got deceitful lips. Continue.
But in those who act faithfully, he delights.
So those who accept correction and walk in the righteous path, he loves them. You're converting to your law, to his law, customs, and traditions. This process of conversion is because you have lived in the Babylonian Nephilim way for so long, you only know it. So it's going to take you've lived in it, so there's a lifetime you lived in it. It's going to take you a lifetime to come out. It's going to take you a lifetime to get the culture and the traditions. The last thing we're going to get is the language. It's final. That's the final thing. It's the last. So we're going to do everything right first. Okay? We're going to live according to the instruction first. Right? And we'll get the language last. Ain't no sense in speaking in the holy tongue and in your mind you still think perversely, and in your heart you desire perverse things. What are you doing? You're making the holy tongue unholy by your perversion of your heart. So now we're going to do right, think right, and desire righteousness. Then, after we've proven by doing it in the land and regaining back what the Most High promised, going through the process, we'll get the language later. See, I've proven my righteousness by having the ability to get the land. Prove it, right? Having to get the land and has gotten land. Righteousness. I've proven mine. None of y'all proven. You can get land everywhere else in the world except here. Because it's forbidden. Most High is the one locking you out, not me. I ain't got these peoples and governments and stuff in my back pocket. Continue.
But in those who act faithfully, he delights. A prudent man hides knowledge.
All right. Am I telling you everything? No. I'm talking about one step. This one. There's a 1,000. There's a step for every year. And within each year, there's 364 steps for each day. Am I talking about all of them? No. I'm talking about this one. I'm hiding knowledge. Yeah, you're right. I'm hiding knowledge, but I'm presenting the knowledge for this time for you to have survival, because this is what you're dealing with. This is directly in front of you. We're talking massive deaths and destructions over the next 6 months. But you don't care about it until it hit your people, until it's your son, until it's your daughter, until it's your spouse, okay? Until it's your parents, your grandparents. When the death come to you, then you want to, oh, rise up. Oh, call out to the Most High. Oh, deliver us. Oh. No. You were foolish. You didn't follow this instruction. You didn't listen. You didn't care. And you went about your way. So, get what you got coming. I'm not, nobody cares about what you're talking about. I'm not dealing with none of that. I'm turning off my phone. I'm be sitting out, you know what I'm saying? Sipping fresh juice, taking care of the land like I'm supposed to. You got caught not doing what you were supposed to, so you died. End of story. Continue.
But the hearts of fools hate knowledge.
See? The wickedness that you desire from your heart leads you on your path. From your heart, you desire it. You think that this wickedness is beautiful. When you think that this wickedness is beautiful, or that this is a good thing and to be desired, you hate knowledge. You hate what I'm talking about. You hate this plan. You hate this process. You hate receiving the blessing of the Most High from being obedient. Now you want the Most High to just snap and grab and just put you in it and you're done. So you want to wake up tomorrow with a shepherd's staff in your hand on the mountain in front of sheep, and the Most High you just know how to do it, like you just woke up from a dream. Oh yeah, I'm shepherding. That was a terrible dream in America. That's not going to happen. No. You're going to do this of your own free will or die. That's the end of the story. You're going to accept my judgment. You're going to accept my commands. You're going to accept my instruction or die. That's the end. You sound arrogant. Not according to the instructions. Continue.
The hand of the strong will rule.
Hold on. We'll come back right after this. All right, we're back. All right, where were you reading? Start again.
The hand of the strong will rule.
The hand of the strong will rule. So this strength has nothing to do with the size of your biceps. It has nothing to do with the size of your shoulders and your traps. Okay? This strength, it comes from having the wisdom and the knowledge and implementing it. So according to your level of implementation, right? According to your level of obedience, you'll rule. I sit on my father's seats because of my level of obedience and following his instructions, accepting them, applying them. Now I sit in the seat or the throne of the house of David. That's where my integrity, that's where my loyalty sits.
Yes.
You will rule according to where you sit. Now you can't sit here because it's taken. Right? If you're thinking about it, you have a lack of integrity. Right? You have a lack of loyalty. So according to how strong you get in this obedience, coming out, step one, giving, giving, coming out and working, and then growing, you're going to fall where you fall. Your strength will max out, and you will be satisfied when you hit that point. You're going, what happened? Yeah, I'm one of the guards in the temple, though. Levite guard, I'm happy with this. You know what I'm saying? I'm a commander over yada, 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 yada. I'm good. Some of you just regular. You know what I'm saying? You regular, degular, schmegular. You just want to come out. You just want to shepherd flocks. This is not a shame. Right. You can be a millionaire in sheep because them sheep gonna keep multiplying. You see? You become very wealthy in this. But this is just your lot. This is all you do. This is all you know. This is all you want to know. Continue.
But deceivers will be for tribute labor.
The deceivers will be for tribute labor. So let me explain this. Okay? So those who come in during the destruction, waiting for some sign for them to come out, and they come out hastily under the collapse. You're going to have to sign a labor agreement, right? Because you didn't give tribute like the Exodus protocol said. You came empty-handed. You came poor. So now in exchange, you're going to have to sign a labor agreement. There's one for my brother, and then there's one for the other. They're two different things. My brother requires training and establishment in the land, but he's going to have to work it off. Okay? But when my brother leaves from his tribute labor, my brother goes into his father's house. The stranger goes back to his country. You understand? We clear? See? See, I tell you, I say it, and then you be like, where'd you get it? And I be like, trust me, it's like this. So you come in empty-handed, broke, busted, and disgusted, I still got to accept you, but you're going to render tribute labor. Because you were a deceiver. You had it and didn't give it. You didn't do the work necessary. You didn't try. You didn't make no effort. And you broke, busted, and disgusted. Because you were supposed to come with tribute, as in money, for the building to be converted into the land. You were supposed to come with silver and gold, tribute for the building of the kingdom, the expansion, right? That's what you're supposed to come with. If you don't come with that, you show up without it, you're going to provide tribute labor. You're going to work under contract agreement to earn what you desire to build, what you desire for establishment for yourself. You're going to work. That's why the law has years of remission. You stole by being disobedient to the command. You kept what was for the most high for yourself, and you squandered it. So you're going to have to serve the 7-year sentence for that. It's a 7-year work sentence. I'm sorry. I'm telling you what it is. Because you were a deceiver. So come in and claim you ain't got it and don't give tribute. You're going to work. You're going to be on the tribute workforce. Continue.
A word of fear in the heart of a man makes him fear. But good words make him glad.
So a word of fear in the heart of a man makes him fear. So a man is afraid based upon a thought of what could, should, or what might happen. It hasn't happened yet, but he's afraid because, according to his reasoning, this could be a reality. Right? But good words make him glad. Right? So the word, walking in the word of the Most High, a good word, will make you glad. You will have the peace, you will have the growth, you will have the development. Period. No matter how you come in, whether you come in righteous, giving an offering, giving a sacrifice, or you come in empty-handed and become part of the tribute labor force, either way, these instructions will make you glad because the benefit that you receive in doing it will far outweigh the destruction that was upon you when you came in.
Yes, sir.
Continue.
A righteous man is better than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked causes.
Continue reading.
The prey will not come.
Read it as a complete sentence.
The full thing?
Yeah, that's
27?
Yes.
A righteous man is better than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked causes the prey will not come to meet the deceitful man.
Okay, so I gotta help you guys with this.
Yeah, it's a bit of a title.
Okay. So this is missing the word death. Okay? It's a following upon the former teachings. Okay? A righteous man is better than his neighbor. Okay? So a neighbor can be any old body. Okay? You have neighbors now. Look at all the people you live around. Okay? Look at all the people I live around here. Among all the people I live around and live with, because I'm doing what the Most High says, the perception of the people is that I'm better than other neighbors. I do it the Most High's way, which is a benefit to everybody. See? This is how I created my family bonds. I do what the Most High says that way, and then other people do it how they think and for their own selfish benefit. Doing righteousness is a benefit to me and my neighbor. My neighbor just may be a peaceful neighbor, but me following the Most High's instructions, I'm better than him because I benefit more. I'm more beneficial to everything. It spreads out. It overflows. But the way of the wicked causes death. He leads himself to death, and then he takes others with him. So continue.
The prey will not come to meet the deceitful man, but a man's good fortune is precious gold.
So that's the saying for this understanding about what the righteous man gets, what the wicked man gets. The prey will not come to meet the deceitful man, meaning he will not be able to eat. He cannot eat. Okay? He has to go out and hunt for it, right? Like a hunter, right? He has to feed on innocent blood. He has to chase it down. He has to do all of this. But a man's good fortune is precious gold. So a man that will have good fortune is the one who what? Grows the choice fruits, because my fruits are more valuable than precious gold and my produce more than silver. So this goes back up to the prior verses saying. So now as we get down into more of the sayings and how they apply, you could say these things. The prey will not come out to meet the deceiver. You're going to have to catch him. But the righteous man, you're not going to catch him because he has his own produce. He's out of your way. There's no way for you to catch him. So the deceiver dies alone. The deceivers die alone. And the righteous continue to live.
So, with this statement, with this word, it goes back to the lesson you done with me about how the wealth of the man is the possession, his land, and the fruit thereof. That is a man's wealth. So that's what this goes back to.
Right? The wealth of the woman is the prosperity of the household and the family she is within. That's the woman's wealth, right? The man bear fruit in the field and the woman bear the fruit of the womb. Both of these must prosper together for there to be any prosperity. The sons and daughters have to grow up and continue in the ways of righteousness. And that path of righteousness creates continued sustainment, not only for them, but for those around them. Continue.
On the way of righteousness is life, but the way of the angry leads to death.
Okay? So the way of the angry leads to death. Okay? So this relates back to this other saying, right? The person with the sharp tongue. Right? Because that's where it starts. The person with the sharp tongue. They got their feelings hurt. Now they want to lash out verbally rather than hold it, come back another time and express themselves and talk about it with reasoning. This way leads to death. You're angry. You can't control your anger. You can't hide it and then deal with it and say, I'm angry because of this, and I'm perceiving it this way. Okay? This is not this way, this is another way, and you cannot change. That person, that angry person, their ways lead to death. So that's that. Now we're closing out chapter 12. I'm going to get a little drink of water, and we'll be back right after this. All right. Chapter Talatash 13. Talatash. Talatash.
Tosh. At the Tosh.
Talatash.
A Tosh. 13.
Talatash is Talatash. Anyway, moving on.
I know it's Talatash 13. Okay, so let's go.
A wise son accepts the father's correction.
Okay, so a wise son will accept this correction from Solomon. This change of reasoning, the change of direction, and walk in it. He'll change his mind, he'll change his emotion. This is his desire. He wants to honor his father.
But a scornful son does not accept his urging.
A bitter and scornful son. Let's take a look at this word scornful. Okay? Full of contempt, derisive, mocking, scoffing, sneering, jeering, scathing, snide, disparaging, slighting, supercilious, disdainful, superior minded, dismissive, sniffy, snotty, and contumelious. Admiring is the one that doesn't admire Solomon, that's not respectful to him. Contemptuous. So a scornful son does not accept his urging, right? Because remember, Solomon he's gone. Yeah. He is past. Peace be upon him. Solomon is past. Peace be upon him. And you see this writing, and you go formulate your own thing and do your own thing because you're trying to get over, and you use a word here or a phrase there to try to deceive somebody into doing something stupid or making yourself seem wise when you don't do it yourself, literally. So now you know how all the teachers that are teaching right now are nothing but scornful sons and daughters. Because when I came out here to do this, literally, it was available. The sacrifices that had to be made were very costly and very large, but worth it for the outcome, worth it for the necessary deliverance of which we keep praying for, we keep talking about. Continue.
From the fruit of his mouth is a man satisfied with good.
Okay, so once you start talking yourself that you're going to do this, talk to yourself, right? You ain't going to have somebody else to talk to, right? Because the righteous is far and few in between. The people you think is righteous, the moment you tell them, Solomon said we have to do this, or else we love death and death is coming. That's not what that means, You need to go ahead on and just move away and talk to yourself. I'm telling you right now, talk to yourself. You're not coming out in a group. You're going to come out. It's going to be you and maybe, slim pickings, maybe you, your wife, and, your children. Maybe, right? Maybe you have your house in that much of an order. Maybe. But that's slim. And the children, they young and small. Maybe. Maybe. So if you do speak in this direction and your heart is set on this direction, you're going to make your way. You're going to start making choices and decisions. You're going to move in secrecy. You're going to move in silence to get it done because you don't care what nobody else is talking about. You want to fulfill the instruction. But what's going to happen to everybody else that doesn't follow this instruction?
But the soul of robbers is violently seized.
They're going to be violently seized. Violent seizure of assets, violent seizure of properties, violent seizure of your life. Okay? That's what's coming. Right? Now, I'm not saying you're not going to have your victory, but it comes at a cost. You and the wicked die together in this. And thus, the Most High is pleased with that outcome because the righteous has the victory without fighting the war. And the reward of your scornful efforts will benefit us. So the scornful, somebody's got to fight. It's you. Go get your revenge. You take as many of them with you as you can. This is what's coming. Ain't no way for me to change the script. Continue.
He who guards his mouth take care for his soul.
So whoever guards their mouth. So you have to know that every time you open it, it's a contract. And everything you say is in agreement with the law or is in disagreement with the law. That's it. There's no middle ground. So you have to know what the instruction is and be talking in line with it. And where somebody is getting you to try to get you to talk outside of this instruction, you have to know how to guard your mouth to get out of that situation because you don't want to talk yourself into nothing. You don't want to make no promises to do something outside of what the Most High has commanded you to do. Hence my chicken story. Talking to the chicken man. See? So I'm taking care of my soul when I do that. Got nothing to do with you. I'm taking care of me. Now I'm telling you how to take care of you. Continue.
But the one who opens his lips will have great ruin.
The one who's a blabbermouth. You go talking to a bunch of people about what you plan on doing and how you're going to do this and what's happening. Don't tell them nothing. Let them find us on their own. Don't go inviting people you think is good. I've been on the internet for a long enough time, and I'm known throughout many communities because they all came out to see me in the land. Let them find me on their own. Save your own soul. If you go out blabbering, there's this a brother, and he said, and this, you think we should, and you're going to get yourself into ruin because he ain't going to tell you nothing right. I'm telling you, Solomon's telling you, and I'm telling you, we are speaking in unison of the same thing. And you want to go question boo-boo if what Solomon says is right. Solomon, who is the wisest man of all time, the spirit of wisdom himself, and you're going to go and question the consultation with boo-boo the fool. You're going to ruin yourself with a great ruin, and I don't even get a chance to see it. Like, it's none of my business. Enjoy what you did to yourself. Continue.
The soul of the sluggard desires something, and it does not come to him. But the soul of the strong will become fat.
So the soul of the sluggard desires nothing, and it doesn't come to him. He desires something, and it doesn't come. Okay? but the soul of the strong will become fat. If you desire to keep this law and walk in it, everything that you desire, right? All the good that you desire, because you want to fulfill this, you want to get wealthy in cattle, you're building up for it, you're working on it. It's coming to you because you're working on it. But if you sit over there and wait for somebody to save you, you sluggard, ain't nothing coming for you. Keep playing your video games, you sluggard. Keep going. Nothing coming to you but death, a dirt nap. And you might be lucky if you get buried. Enough people die, they're just going to leave the bodies on the street. Nobody's coming to clean it up. Continue.
A righteous man hates a deceitful word.
Okay, so that's plain and simple, right? I'm listening, I'm guarding my mouth to speak what the law states, what Solomon states in his wisdom. I'm changing my speech pattern. So I'm shutting up, okay, first of all, right? I was silent for 2 years to change my speech pattern to only speak what the law stated. And then I would go and read it and state it verbatim to get myself to actually get the understanding and to get myself into saying things to certain comments and questions, because you get a lot of questions really repeatedly. So I sat quietly and I gained the speech, I gained the understanding from the silence, from the sacrifice, from the guarding of my words, right? Now, after I got it for myself, you'll see, you heard my wife this morning, I correct her speech. And my sister, I correct her speech. And if you're one of my brothers, I correct their speech too. Hey. That's not what the instructions say. It says this. It says to be in agreement with this, you put your feelings about it, throw that out. It's not like that. If you think like that, you're going to bring this sin. And I'll show them the connection. If we need to sit down and do a study, we'll do a study. So that's a righteous man. Since all you women say you want a righteous man. Right? Continue.
But the wicked man is put to shame and confounded.
Okay. This is the curse that's coming upon the wicked man with the crookedness of his speech in this time. He's going to receive shame and confounding. Shame, meaning that none of his words were ever correct, and they're not correct now, and you're going to see it openly, and confounded. Confused as to why this thing that used to work doesn't work anymore.
Righteousness guards those who are perfect in their way.
So the way of the righteous, they are perfect in it, meaning they're taking it literally and straightforward. So they're perfect in it. If we're supposed to be in the land, I'm going to the land. If I'm supposed to help buy the land, I'm giving to the buying of the land. If I'm supposed to help build up in the land, I'm going to the land, helping to buy the land, giving towards it, and I'm working to build it. You are perfect in your way. You are accepting the correction, accepting the instruction, and doing the righteous deed in the place appointed for that time, and building up, working diligently, accepting the instruction as they come. You are perfect in your way in doing this righteous thing. Now let's see about the other side.
But the wicked man is unsteady because of his sin.
So all the uncertainty about the economy and money and this and that, all of that is with you because you out there in it. Okay? Worrying about the war, worrying about how to survive, worrying about the conspiracies and the government and what they hiding. All of this unsteadiness comes from you being out there and you're not supposed to be over there. Okay? You have a choice now. You didn't have a choice before. Before you had a choice of America and America. Now you have the choice between the whole world and coming in to do what's literally stated that we're supposed to be doing, according to the ancient customs and traditions. So you have the whole world. You can go to China, you can go to Japan. Japan giving away free houses. You can go over there and get one. You know what I'm saying? They'll help you out over TikTok. You can go over there and get your house in Japan. You have a choice of the whole world. You can go to Taiwan, Malaysia, you go to Philippines with the passport bros. You can go anywhere. And none of it'll work for you. You'll be ashamed and confounded when you come back like Brittany Griner. You're going to be the same. Because all those ways are what? Unsteady. Meaning the Most High is not supporting you in it. You on your own. There has no stability. It has no support. Continue.
There is a man who makes himself out to be rich, but has nothing.
This is all your celebrities. All of them. All of the people you think are rich and powerful and famous and you're trying to become an entertainer, you are making yourself out to be rich. You have all the glitter, the cars. You have nothing. This is nothing. Okay? I had record deals. I was signed to Sony. I was signed to this, nothing. All this, nothing. Okay? I'm a doughboy on the block. You have nothing. You don't own the block, and neither do you actually produce the drugs. You buy the drugs from somebody else who's growing it. They come from Mexico, they come from China. The producer, you don't have nothing. Continue.
And one who makes himself out to be poor and has a great fortune.
Yeah, I told you about that, right?
Sure did, sir.
Low key. This is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. And we're going to remain under. We're going to put our wealth where the Most High says to put it and just be wealthy. We're wealthy as a community. What are you wealthy with? Wealthy with the cattle. Just because you bought it, it didn't lose no value.
Right.
Every day it eats, it is gaining itself more value in weight than what you got going on. So it's gaining in value. You get the sheep nice and fat, you shaving off the wool, you doing all these things so that, and you making more garments. This is all wealth. And it never stops because they keep giving birth.
Right.
They multiply themselves. This is hidden wealth. But what? You yourself, you don't look of high stature. You appear like a poor man. Very humble, very down. Ain't got nothing to do with dressing nice. Over here, everybody dressed the same. You can't tell the prince from the poor man.
Nope, sure can't.
Slap on your jalabia and your robe. Everybody get the same robe. Your status is your status. Everybody else look the same. Am I telling the story?
I was thinking of them as Segev.
You
The house looked like a little shanty, but you sure will see a BMW drive on out of it.
I'm telling you, you can't. They hide it. You hide yourself from the evil eyes, from jealousy. What's all of this flossing? Why are you wearing all this jewelry out here?
You make yourself a target.
What for? Buy it, put it up. It's for something else, not for this. Go ahead, do what you want. I know y'all mad about that one, because I know everybody's like, "Oh, he's poor." I'm not the poor one. I'm laughing. I do it all the time. You sitting here. I'm gonna sit right here and keep doing what the Most High says do. These people is stupid, right? Remember that from chapter 12, right? Most High opened it up. They refuse to accept correction. They are stupid. Continue.
The ransom for a man's life is his wealth.
Oh.
But the poor man is not susceptible to terror.
So the ransom for a man's life is his wealth. So remember that tribute?
Yeah.
The tribute labor? So when you come in and you want to live and you want to survive, maybe you found a way, you got your hands on something and you come into the land, you're going to have to give it up anyway. You're going to give it in tribute for your life. I told you that, right?
Yes, sir. It's written in the law.
Right? Whether you be brother or other, you're going to have to give up the wealth in your hands for the life-sustaining support, because it's going to take many years. Some people are going to be here 20, 30, 40, some 50. Everybody's getting out in the Jubilee. But you're going to need that life-sustaining support. You know what? You need to give up this wealth you got in your hand because you want to be here eating food. So now we have to grow more food. Give it up. You're going to give it up. In the day of trouble, you'll see. I'm telling you. Now everything's peaceful. You have a choice. We can discuss. But in the day of trouble, there's no discussion. You between a rock and a hard place. You're on your own. So you'll give up your wealth for your life. The poor man, the people who come in and they already gave up their wealth to establish this thing, will not be susceptible to this terror. What? You can be rich right now. Say you have $1 million. Say you have $500,000, and you put it into this and fall in line. When the day of terror comes, you know where you'll be? Managing those who come in. Now you're a ruler over these people. To see the reward, they knew. They need new teachers, new guys, new management, new everything. You came in and you grasped it of your own. You grasped it, right? You got the concepts, you taking your steps. You don't know everything, but you can help them through their first year, and you can help others through, you know what I'm saying, their first years, first days, and showing them what to do and how we do things here and not to cut corners. You watching them. Now don't mess up nothing. And you watching them. Now they under your rule and you making sure everything is on the up and up, because now you've been elevated because you obeyed and came in when you did. So you're not susceptible. I don't know why I'm struggling with this word. You're not susceptible to the terror. Okay? Meaning the terror does not have access to you. The word susceptible is access. You're laughing at me.
Susceptible.
Susceptible.
Now she done caught the disease. All right, next verse.
The light of the righteous is bright, but the lamp of the wicked will be extinguished. Ooh.
So now that righteousness, the lamp of righteousness has been lit, okay? It is now burning brightly. And the lamp of the wicked, it's time for it to go out. they are going into darkness. So whereas their counsel was once valid, the Most High now is not lending it any support. See, it was the Most High behind giving them support and letting them have success. Okay? That was the Most High. They gave the credit to their idols, but the Most High gave them those idols to worship because He doesn't care about them. It was just a temporary success to teach us a lesson. Now that the lesson has been taught and we have arrived at the location to do the appointed thing, now our lamp is lit. We have the Most High support, and the nations are coming down. They're going into war. They're going into siege warfare, sanctions. They're going into further escalating and more destruction. They're destroying themselves, and the righteous is not lifting a finger. The Most High is causing this. And you're out there with the nations. You're not in here building with us. You're not in here living with us, right? Look around. You're looking at me through your tablet or your phone or computer or whatever internet device, television that you may have. You're not with me. Being with us is physical. You have to be living here. And you're not living here because you have not contributed. We'll be back after this. All right. So, the lamp of the wicked will be extinguished. So this that we build in, remember this seed, this establishment, this service, this, right? We're making ourselves poor, right? We're going to be poor, but poor in what? Poor in cash. We're not that we don't have wealth. We have the wealth of the land, but we're going to impoverish ourselves because we're only going to have the wealth of the land that the Most High says to have. The silver, the gold that we brought out, right? We're going to have the land. We're going to have all the cattle, all the livestock. We're not going to have paper money at a certain point, right? Once we get the food and the supermarket established and we're growing and stuff is coming up and we have this coming in this way, we're part of the cycle is finished. That's it. We're not going to be caught with the Babylonian things in our hands. We'll have dinars. We ain't going to have dollars. And then the Most High will destroy the dollars and those caught with it. You'll see. I know you think I'm over exaggerating.
You know, I laugh because you have those who contends in regard of the order and the instructions on what must be done, what it takes, what is necessary. And when you think about it, you're contending against something that, to be honest, you really don't know. But what you do know is falling. It's being destroyed. So why not look at this other way?
No. I need the wicked to die. I need you to not see it. Forget the why not. I need you to not see it. Continue on your way. You have a great and fantastic idea.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So continue. Verse 10.
Only in willfulness comes quarreling.
So only when you have one person and they wicked will and another person and their wicked will is there going to ever be a quarrel. Because the righteous person lets the wicked person have their judgment. Oh, just do it your way. Mm-hmm. And the righteous person who is wise is like, Solomon said, do it this way. We're going to do it this way. The leader, the son of Solomon said, we're going and make it like this. We make it like this. No, we don't make this a conflict. You don't know what the next instruction is. Mm-hmm. He's the one holding the knowledge because he's wise. You don't tell us everything. You give us this step and we finish and we give the next step. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm beloved here. Right? My teacher used to tell me, Rabbi Sheikh, listen, you have to slow down. You can't give people all this information. You're giving them everything up front and they cannot accept. Mm. Give them 1, maybe 2 steps, some idea about the third, but we will see. And if they complete the first one, you give them the full detail of the second step because now it is the first step because the first step is finished. We're only working on step 1. You have a month to sell your things and give the third that the Most High said before you come. Otherwise, you're going to be susceptible to the judgment of the tribute labor. Okay, well, you're going to be here for all of this time. How much do you got? Well, I came with this amount. Give it up. Give us this, and we'll give you this, and at this time, we have to build all of this, right? So the houses here, the typical house, this house I'm in now, it cost this person here to build it in raw materials and labor $1 million from the ground up, okay? The house's value in America is a few million. You know what I'm saying? A few million.
It's made with sticks.
And the house in America is sticks. This is stone. This is a few million. I mean, this is, whew. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got like 12, 13-foot ceilings in here. Mm-hmm. It's, you know what I'm saying, beautiful mortising and inlaid curtain rods. I mean, it's kind of nice.
No wood floor.
Man, we got tile everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice. It's really nice. It's like very well done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Custom paint on the walls. It's nice.
Yeah. Very nice.
You know? Mm-hmm. But here it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Than America, like the cost of the building and the materials is cheaper. Mm. So if I take this and plant it in America, it's a multi-million-dollar home, but it only cost him $1 million to build this here. Mm. Okay? So if you take that and you apply that logic, what you're asking me has more value than you can even come in with.
You remember when you were being questioned about where is the stones coming from? Are there quarries here? Mm-hmm. We're surrounded by mountains.
There's nothing but stone everywhere.
What
are you talking about?
I noticed you really did not answer the question. And it just dawned on me, wait a minute. We're surrounded by rock, mountains.
The stone is right here under your feet. Just dig it out. Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, you're right. I don't answer stupid questions.
You really didn't answer the question.
There's no question to answer. What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? There's a stone right here.
We're surrounded by mountains.
You're surrounded by mountains of stone. This stuff is hard.
Yeah, it is.
All right, you do your way. I'm going to follow what the Most High say.
Wow.
You do what you want. Continue.
But those who take advice are wise.
So if you follow this advice, it makes you wise.
Wow.
You don't even have to think. What's the advice? What's the instruction? This what we doing? Yes, this is what we're doing. We're going this way. I'm doing it with you. Right? It's not like, how people do, like, in like America and the drug game. Right? This guy, he trying to get everything done, but he don't want to participate in nothing. The guy he's buying the drugs from delivered to another guy who's going to take the drugs and distribute it to the sellers. But this guy, he have no contact. You never see him nowhere around. Once the drop is made, the money is sent and it's distributed out, and then he waits for it to come back and he's not touching nothing. That's not like that with this. I'm here with you, hands on, leading the way. This is what we're doing. This is how we do it. And we build. Continue.
A fortune obtained by the wickedness of its owner will become little.
So he's warning you now, right? So the world's fortune, which was obtained by the wickedness of its owner, right? So they built their wealth on what? Destruction, poison, oppression. Now they're getting ready to become small. It's a prophecy. It's telling you the fortune now will become small. What they've built will come to nothing. But alternative.
But he who gathers and gives to the poor men will multiply his wealth.
So he who gathers, what's he gathering? In order to give to the poor man, he has to gather what? The fields. He has to gather the land. He has to gather the people. He is gathering in. I'll take the righteous from your hands. You don't have the ability to harm them anymore. I will feed them. I will develop them. I will care for them. I will fatten them up. I will get them married. I will give them good reasoning. I will develop them. So this tells you that you should be working with me and not working with none of the rest because they're stupid. Remember that? Chapter 12? Since they don't want to walk in this plan, they want to go and ask the government for reparations and march and protest like that's ever changed anything. They're stupid. Continue.
He who begins to help himself is better than he who draws back in hope, and the tree of life brings what is desired.
So this one verse sums up everything that I have been saying.
Yes, it does.
Again, okay? The person who comes, okay, is coming. They are here and they are here to help and develop themselves. You're really not here to build the house of David. The house of David is just the work that needs to be done at this time. It changes. Okay? Right now, everything, because we're building in the environs of Jerusalem, everything right now, the house of David until the day of division, then you'll see. I didn't build the house of David. I built the house of Asher. I built the house of Naphtali. I built the house of Ephraim. I built the house of Manasseh. I built the house of everybody. Okay? And yet, after everybody's house is built up, right? Even I built back the palace of David and its gates. At that time, you will know and you will see my house is yet to be built. Because the Most High will say, at that time, look at you, you've built goodly houses for yourselves, and you have all manner of good. You have flocks, you got fields, you got good economy. Everybody, the whole nation is prosperous. and the Most High's house has not been rebuilt, then rebuild my house. Because if you didn't know, the king of Israel lives in the temple, in the tabernacle that is built. His portion is on the west side, the whole west side, right? You come, this the big one. It's not the house of David. The Most High love that. That's my favorite. But you have to rebuild the other temple, right? So you'll see my house don't get built till last. It'll be actually more bigger and grander than Solomon's. As a matter of fact, David's and Solomon's will fit inside of it. That's how big it is. Now, those of you who've been to Mount Zion, you know, like, they're far apart. If you've been with me, you've seen the buildings, you've seen the structure, you've seen the layout. It's far apart. It's going to be big enough that both of those will be inside, historical places inside.
So in actuality, the time now of the building up of King David's house is not so much about a physical house, but it's more about the kingship, the rulership, the governance of the people, the gathering,
right, and the rebuilding and restructuring of the people's resources. Not just the people, but the resources, and setting order to it so that right now, if I take you out of America and set you here, you're going to get consumed.
Yeah.
You're selfish minded. You don't understand the system and how to build here. You don't have the support. You're going to come here and become an individuals, and individuals die here. They get consumed by the desert. Now you have to come, you're going to learn how to live together, how to work in the community, and everybody have a job and have shared wealth. Okay? Shared. It's one for all for one. One is a millionaire, we all a millionaire. The $1 million is within the camp. For what? For the whole of the camp, so everybody can have. Have what? Not everybody have money, everybody have what their needs are. Okay? We're not going to be buying donuts for a treat. We have a bakery. Okay? They making donuts and they send it to us, and we have donuts for whatever meeting or class or whatever. We're not going out to buy meat to make a feast. We bring in the lamb. It is set aside. It's appointed for its time. We bring a goat. We bring a cow. Whatever we need, we have. We bring the chickens. They here. I'm rebuilding the house of David, the house that fell down. I'm actually rebuilding the kingship and the support of the kingdom for the people, reestablishing their resources and their wealth to them in proper order first. From a tribe, from a family, from a core unit, and then growing it out. And then after it'll get to a point it's gotten so big that it'll have to be portioned out. That's where you get your administrations, your ministries. The agriculture has gotten so large, it has grown to 15, 20 cities. I set up now a ministry of agriculture, and they just govern that.
Wow. So there's, as you always say, a total governance system.
The system
that has to be established.
So even I'm telling you about it, you don't know the day-to-day workings to get to it. You don't know how much time it takes to get there and what tasks need to be done to get there. You know some of the tasks, but those are milestones. They are far apart.
He who shows contempt for the word will be damaged by it.
So he who shows hate, scorn, disdain or rejection, right? That the word is not, this instruction is not good for him, will be damaged by it. So now this is again compounded with the previous verse. Okay? He who begins helps himself, and the person who draws back or resists the help, who draws back in hope, hoping for what? Hoping for a different type of salvation, hoping for a better situation, hoping for another choice, another option. Okay? You're going to die. Your drawback, hoping for something else or waiting for something better to come along, there's nothing coming, baby. Ain't nothing coming. Right? Take a look at your son. Take a look at your daughter. They babies right now, right? You're going to watch them die because you drew back, because you second guessed, because you hoped that you were American Indian and you were going to live there in America forever. You're not. It's over. Now you can see it end and wrap it up, you and the kids. That's fine. Or you can come here and begin. See, so this is connected. And the tree of life brings what is desired. So those who work in this, right? When you work in this is the planting of the tree of life. Remember us, the people, keeping our laws, customs, and traditions, changing back to the old ancient ways, the ancient paths, the ancient jobs, doing it the ancient way. Yeah, it sounds ridiculous, but us going back to that is the tree of life. And planting this, doing this in the land, unleashes the Most High's wrath upon the nation. The Most High's wrath upon the nations will bring destruction to the nations and its systems, just like it did in Noah and the flood. And it will force the other nations for their own survival, right? After they've executed their plans and they see it doesn't work, now it's survival time. They're out of bullets, they're out of guns, they're out of bombs, they don't have nothing. And now, just by holding the food, they'll want their survival, they'll come in, and the people, you don't have to worry about it. Their people just want to eat and live. They know how to serve under a kingdom. They know how to accept. You talk to them. They know how to accept government people, and they can accept. The regular people, they will accept. And they'll come in and they'll bring in this is his, so-and-so Rockefeller, little piece of shit, and he's gonna, I bring him in chains, and we did this, and here's gold, and here's silver, listen, to give us survival. They'll bring it in chains, the gold and the silver, and they're bringing what is desired. From what? From their lack of survival, from the terror. They promised this, and this, and this. It was all a lie. They're going to bring them right on in. Listen here, bub. We're telling you, man, all that church stuff was a lie. We know. And they're gonna want to serve, live, and work. And that's it. They're gonna want their survival. That's why the tree of life brings what is desired. Doing this is the preparation for the exchange, because you gotta have way more than enough food. You hear what I said? You gotta have way more than enough in order for it to be, in order for it to be given out. In order for you have to have way more than enough to share. The corn, the wheat, the grain, the fruits, the vegetables, the herbs, right? You're going to have way more than enough to share. So when you have way more than enough to share, they'll come there. Listen, we're giving it to you. Please help us. We have to live.
It's like about the art of war.
Mm-hmm. Warfare is siege warfare.
Yeah. They sought to destroy us through food because they knew that their destruction is going to come from us being over the food.
So they kept you from it.
So they kept you from
the
it.
ground.
Wow.
Okay? So the person who shows contempt for this word, for this instruction, they will fall under the curse of it. And the person who fears this word that I'm teaching you right now, that I'm commanding you to do, will be repaid with good. The fear of this word is to do it. No, I'm going to do it. I ain't going to get caught up out here. I think he might be right. I'm going to just be quiet. I'm going to do it on the low and go out there on the low, and I'll be low key. Yeah, you're going to receive the good high key. Continue.
But he who fears the command will be repaid with good. The law of the wise is a spring of life for turning away from the trap of death.
So the law which I teach is a spring of water, right? It's coming out now. You're getting the trickle. So this law that I teach, this way of life, this lifestyle, this custom, this tradition, it's for life. It is the spring of life. All those who come, who accept my words, you are drinking the law. All those who accept my teachings, you are drinking my law. And if you come and do it, right, you're accepting the law. Then you're coming up out of captivity because you are turning away from the trap of death that's set for the wicked. So now this is the opportunity to release yourselves from the curses, from the shackles, from the snare of the enemy, from the entrapment of your own sinful actions. This law, this instruction which I'm giving to you is what is going to free you from captivity and reestablish you back in the land. There is nothing else. It's me and this law. Okay? And actually, there's a little bit more than that because we have the high priest and we have the instructors of the women. It's the same. You don't want to accept it? Don't. That's fine. Go your way. Look for whatever you think is looking for. You are drawing back in hope of something. And I'm telling you, this is matter of fact. You just do these things, we do these things, and we continue walking, and I will continue to command you. We'll be back after this. Let's go. Verse 15.
Good sense brings favor, but the violent way of robbers will perish.
So good sense, walking in this way, walking in this teaching, right? Remember what good sense is, right? He who accepts this teaching from my son, right? He who loves me and walks in my law, in my judgment, from Prophet Solomon, right?
Yes.
Peace be upon him, will receive good sense. They are doing that which is commanded of them through the last king of Israel to the present king of Israel, myself. This is good sense. Right? You have good sense. This will bring favor. To who? To you here. Don't stay over there and think just because you listen to me on YouTube, oh, the favor of the Most High is upon me. I can go out and get a new car. That's foolishness. You're going to die because the way of robbers will perish. You've robbed the Most High of the 30% of all that you have made. It's supposed to come here. You gave it to robbers. You gave it to all the false teachers, all the false camps, all the false churches, all the false charities, all of everywhere. You did nothing here. You're the robber. You're going to die with the robbers now unless you change. Give it to Juanita Vitamin C. Give it to Creflo Dollar, TD Jakes, Joel Osteen, and the rest. and see. Okay? Give it to them. Give it to the other camps and see. Give it to them. Give it to them and see. You're going to die. And the death time is right here, it's right upon us.
Every prudent man's deeds are from knowledge.
So every prudent man's deeds, all of his works, all of his actions, everything that he says, thinks, and does is from knowledge. That knowledge is this knowledge from my Father's house. That's how you can see I'm a prudent man, because remember the beginning of the chapter 1, it starts off, this is to my son. Okay? Now, from my knowledge, I'm giving each of the houses back their knowledge and their land, right? The customs and the traditions. Okay? The cattle, the sheep, the oxen, the goats, the rams, the lambs, the pigeons, the doves, the whole shebang. The altars, there's a bunch of them. It's a lot. Okay? I'm giving you all of this back. In exchange for what? In exchange for your service. Right? You're going to exchange your wealth to take back your portion, which is 1,000 times more valuable than what you gave, even though you gave $1 million. What you're receiving back will continuously pay you and pay you and pay you forever. You will forever have food from this point. You will forever have a home for this point. As long as you remain obedient and don't give rise to an occasion to get yourself put in the grave. It's not that difficult. Continue.
But the fool spreads for himself folly.
So a fool spreads his own folly. So guess what? Those of you who are not going to do this, you're going to go ahead on and do what you want to do. And it's not going to work for you long term. You'll see over the course of the next months, once death and destruction and everything is being poured out, you're going to cry out and you're going to say, oh, how I wish I had, I can't get there now, I don't have, and this blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Guess what? That was the folly of your ways. Your folly will trap you and ensnare you, and it will cause you to receive the punishment that's written. Death. Continue.
The bad messenger falls through his wickedness.
Okay. All the false teachers are going to fall through their own wickedness. They're not going to tell you to come and support. They're not going to change, right? They already got you in their pockets. They're getting the money from you. They're not going to change. They're going to fall through their wickedness. All you camps leaders out there, I'm talking to all of you. Though you be of the tens of thousands, you are no different than the 10,000 prophets of Baal, because that's what you teaching. You're going to fall from this. Listen, I know you want to say, watch, the Mashiach. All right, the Mashiach. Well, okay, no problem. Continue. You're going to fall through your wickedness.
But the faithful ambassador is a healer.
So right now, I have sent my brother, the high priest, to gather in the funds and to gather you from the land of your captivity. You, the first ones, the special portions of the Most High, who are choosing him before the day of destruction. Before the destroying angel is unleashed upon you. For what? As an ambassador. For healing. So that you come back, you're healed back to your land, healed back to your cultures and traditions, healed back to your language, healed back. Heal back to your natural way of living. You don't have to claim to be an Israelite. You out there Israeliting like you want to be so bad, right? You'll know the tribal structure, the proper names. You'll know the language. You'll start to gain it back. The ambassador is for healing. He's sitting right there. What's up, Ali? He's out there. His information is on the link tree. You can change. We can do it. We can do it.
A poor man and one who is in disgrace sets aside correction.
Mm-hmm.
But the one who pays attention to chastisement is honored.
So you, my people, right now, regardless of all the stuff you have, you're poor. Okay? If you set my words to the side, well, I get to it when I can. When I get something, I give something. If you set my words to the side, you're going to be disgraced. The Most High is coming, and He's going to slap you in the face with a handful of wrath and fury, and you're going to be like, how could He pour out His wrath upon us, His people, like this? You're going to be confounded by what's coming, because I'm telling you what's coming against you. It'll spill over to the nations of which they can't even handle it, but it's coming for you.
They gonna try to put a wall on their doorpost.
You're gonna try. You could try everything. Not being in the right location, not doing the right things in the right location leads to the same thing. But the person who listens to this, okay, I know I'm doing a lot of chastising here, but to the person who's listened to this and your heart is bleeding, and you're gonna come out and you're gonna do it, and you're starting and you sent something and you're trying to get yourself together, go on and get it together. You're gonna have to accept what these people are offering you to get out of your situations. Accept what they want to buy the house cash for. Accept what they want to give you, because you're going to come out and you're going to reinvest it anyway. Okay? Everything you come out with, all the money, everything is going back into the land. It's not going to the store for, because you want a this or you want a that. You're going to have everything. The place you're coming to is fully furnished. That's what you're giving for. We have to make sure everybody has everything that they need, all things in common, and then we have to continue to build and gather for others, like the Most High says. So those who listen to this chastisement, you're going to receive honor and great wealth, because the wealth is going to be divided. The wealth is going to be divided. The wealth is going to be divided. Okay? I'm not dividing what you come in with. Of what you come in with, I'm getting the land.
Right.
But of the wealth that comes in, there's a law for the division of wealth that comes in. The wealth will be divided. We're going to all be very, very wealthy. So the one who does this will be honored. Continue.
A desire which is good makes the soul glad, but the abomination of fools is far from knowledge.
So if you desire this, your soul will be happy. It will be glad. You will have and be satisfied with all the things that the Most High gives you and everything that He has blessed you with, and you will be immensely overjoyed going through the process and starting to receive the things. But a fool is far from this information that I'm telling you. He will not accept. He has another idea. Well, I'm going to go to Africa and we're going to, they had diamond mines out there. So I'm going to get me a piece of land with some diamonds on it. And then I'm going to get into this business and I'm going to be rich from this. All right. Knock yourself out.
He who walks with the wise will become wise.
So whoever comes in and does what the wise is doing,
yes,
does what the wise is advising, accepting the correction,
yes,
becomes wise. Why? They are seeing the results of obedience. They are seeing the results of the truth. They are receiving these things. So they become wise. It's not a trick to becoming wise. They are receiving the counsel. They are receiving the tutelage, the discipleships. They are doing literally what is written in the land and receiving the literal results real time in real life.
But he who associates with fools harms himself.
The person who becomes with fools receives the same punishment as the fools. So the longer you sit out there with them folks, it is what it is. You're going to get what they're getting. Okay? Being under a king is scary for you. You so used to voting. What happens if we don't like what you do? You're going to shut up and you're going to see what the results are in the future. You're going to wait because you didn't like what the president did neither. So you're going to give the same respect. But we could vote the president out. You didn't vote nobody out. The people running the show is still running the same plan behind the scenes, and they pick a new puppet. Fool. Continue.
Evil pursues sinners, but the righteous will be repaid with good.
Evil is going to pursue you who don't listen. It will chase you down. It'll be like a bear was chasing you, and you escaped the bear and ran into the house. You ran into the house, put your hands on the threshold of the door, and a snake tried to bite you. You got out the house, and then the storm came. You got away from the storm, and then came the scorpions. It's going to continue to chase you until it catch you. Like Final Destination, if you've seen that movie. Like death kept chasing them.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to be like.
Okay, evil pursues sinners, but the righteous will be repaid with good.
Those who follow these instructions and walk in the paths and relocate and take the sacrifice, take the hit, take the mockery, take the scorn, but do it anyway, you're going to receive the good. It's guaranteed. It's built in. Continue.
A good man causes his grandson to inherit.
So Solomon now is referencing himself talking to his son. A good man causes his grandson to inherit. He didn't say gives him the wealth of his inheritance. So now that Solomon, he's saying, I'm leaving to you, my son, this instruction that if you walk in it, it will cause you to inherit the land and everything that was promised through all of the prophets, all of the good and none of the evils, none of the curses, none of the maledictions, none of the plagues. Continue.
But the wealth of the sinner is reserved for the righteous.
So the wealth that the sinners have, regardless of the situation that you are in exchange for your obedience, they will bring it back for their very survival. They will give it to you for survival. The wealth of the sinners is reserved for the righteous. So because of the obedience, I will have what the sinners need for survival, and the sinners won't have the weapons no more. The guns run out of bullets.
A good man causes his grandsons to inherit. So that means that man must establish something. He must build, possess.
The grandson has to build. He has to build with the good man, his great grandfathers. You have to build with this judgment. You have to build with his advice, with his counsel. So this advice and this counsel causes the grandson who has to do the work to inherit.
The grandson has to work.
He has to follow the grandfather's instruction. In this case, Solomon to me. I have to skip over the wicked fathers. See the difference? This is why it's phrased this way. There is a gap. There is the good man, there is a wicked father in the middle, and then there's the grandson. And the instruction bypasses the wicked fathers and goes to the grandson to overcome and get back to the grandfather's status. See? So that the wickedness doesn't continue forever for destruction. You have salvation and you get redeemed back. And then the grandson will sit in his grandfather's seat in his grandfather's house, skipping all the wicked fathers in the middle. That's what Solomon's talking about here. It didn't say the grandfather leaves or gives an inheritance to the grandson. It says causes through instruction. That's the whole premise. My son, heed my instruction and walk therein. So this is how it's done. Continue.
Plentiful is the food in the land of the poor man.
Food gonna be plentiful here, right? The poor man, the man who gave up all of his wealth to obey his grandfather's instructions. The poor man. Hi, it's me. I'm very poor. I'm very down. Okay? Plentiful is the food in the house of the poor man. So the man who gives it up and does the righteous thing with it and buying back the land, you're making yourself poor. What? You're cash poor, land rich. So you have plenty of food. But
there is a man who dies without justice.
So there is a man. This next other person, this other man, he's going to die without justice. What? Somebody's going to kill him and there's no retribution. There's war going on. At the end of the war, that's just it. What happened? Well, the war ended. All those people died. There's no justice. The people who killed them, they just go on living like war never happened. They don't go to court. There's no nothing. That's you. You out there. I'm not out there. I'm where it says to be.
He who withholds a stick hates his son, but he who loves him is quick to correct him.
So he who withholds his stick. So I guess I got to tell you. So when Moses was correcting the children of Israel, Moses corrected children of Israel. He had a stick that he worked wonders with. The rod of wonders, right? It's a stick. It was Moses' staff. It's a stick. But the truth of the matter is the stick have no power. Moses was correcting the children of Israel with the law, with the instructions, the wisdom. So the man, as a leader, I am now correcting you with the rod of Moses, the law, the wisdom, being passed down from generation to generation. I now possess Moses' rod of correction because it's for shepherding the sheep. The people called it the rod of wonders. Moses, it was just his stick, and he does what the Most High says to do with it, and that's it. And as a shepherd, you use the stick to beat the sheep, to chastise them, to go in a good way, to go where the food is. Because sometimes they wander off and they find themselves in these little dry patches and there's no food there. Then they start to jostling over a little patch of grass. You beat them and send them to where food is plentiful. There's no need to fight over this grass. The same grass is over here in abundance. Okay? And so the person, he who loves him, is quick to correct him. So now the Most High, as a father, is chastising you quickly and regularly for you to come in and continue in correction before judgment, wrath, and plague is poured out. Okay? Before you cannot come in, and you must receive your punishment because of your rebellion, your resistance, you drawing back from the instructions. Come, do, and give. Contact Ali, send him the money. It goes into the international trust account to be converted over into the money that is here, or do it your way.
So the sayings, you spare the rod, spoil the child, that's more if you spare the law, then you are destroying your child. That's to spoil you is the destruction. Correct?
So he who withholds judgment and correction hates his son. The rod of correction is for correcting.
The righteous man eats, and his soul is satisfied, but the belly of the wicked suffers want.
So this is again another warning about what's coming. Okay? The Most High says those who come in and do what I'm telling you to do, you're going to eat. You're going to have an abundance of food. You're going to have more food than you can eat, more food than you can sell. Some food is actually going to get wasted. It's going to go to the cats, to the dogs, to wild animals, because it's only going to last for so long. But you're going to be in complete sufficiency. You're not going to worry about rent. You're not worried about water. You're not worried about drinks. You're not worried about food. You're able to accept your brother and sell and prosper. And I'm putting this with you in the land. Right? The righteous will eat. Right? But the wicked will suffer want. There's coming a famine, and your belly gonna hit your backbone. It's gonna be empty. Trying to tell you. We'll be back. All right, so we closing out now. Closing remarks, closing statements. So I've done told you 13 times in 13 chapters that famine is coming. And here at the end of chapter 13, Solomon is telling you, at the revelation of this book, know that the righteous is going to be eaten and everybody else is going to get famine. And then when they turn to serve the righteous, to come into the righteous way, then they're going to get some food. Now, this diminishing is not tomorrow, like all of a sudden all the food just evaporate and disappear. It happens due to causality. The seeds of famine have already started to take root. So now you're going to see from the extremities, the furthest portions of the east and the west and the north and the south, you're going to see an encroachment. A squeezing, famine coming in, squeezing, and it's going to get harder and harder. And it's just what it is. This is what's coming, right? The war, the famine, disease, and then wild beast attacks. Because when the food for the people run out, the food for the animals going to run out because people start eating animal food. Now the animals have nothing to eat, and then they're going to look at people.
I snack.
You know,
Right?
It's out of desperation.
Yeah.
And you guys are eating our stuff. It's going to come between us and you, and they going to go. It's on site.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to go. The animals is going to attack. You don't believe me? You don't see it coming. Don't worry. Keep doing what you're doing. Continue walking in your own ways. And for those of you who wish to walk in righteousness, come on, we're going to move in silence. Let's go. Forget them. They're entitled to walk in how they see. Let them have the jokes now. We have the jokes in the end. Our bellies is full. You will see. You will see. We will have sufficiency in everything, and they will have deficiency in everything. What y'all got to say? No, nothing? Nothing. Okay, we're going to close out today with a prayer, a blessing for those who wish to obey, those who wish to repent from the high priest, to remove you from the curse so that you can do that which was instructed to do. Assalamu alaikum. One step at a time, one day at a time.
May Yah bless you and keep you and make his light to shine upon you. Yah bless thee in all thy business and keep you from the demons of the night and things that cause terror, and from the demons of the noonday and of the morning. And Yah keep you from the malignant spirits and phantom. And Yah be gracious unto you and lift up his countenance upon you and grant you peace. May Yah's face shine upon you when occupied in the Lord, and reveal to you its secrets, and be merciful to you. May Yah lift you up and his countenance upon you in prayer. In this work of repentance, to rebuild the house of David for the redemption of the people who Yah has chosen to make up his special portion, and give them peace in the end. Yah increase the righteous who obey the instructions and come and work diligently 1,000-fold of account of this benediction, and bless them beyond numbering. Amen. Assalamu alaikum.